Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. First of all, happy new year. I know I have been MIA. It wasn't intentional and I am not gonna get into that at all right now, but yeah, life happened and I have to take a break. Hopefully, I'm gonna be back, but I'm trying to get to get back on YouTube and all of that stuff. But anywho, let's get started with this video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this beautiful micro box braid wig using a 6x6 closure and of course a dome cap. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. So this is my dome cap that I'm using, and of course my canvas head. And what you see right now is just I traced the closure, just so I can have an idea of what I'm doing. And I am going to be showing you guys two methods on that you can use for your wig. So this is the braiding hair. I already have this pre-braided on a rope and I took them out one at a time. This method is very good if you have help. It's really good if you have help when you're using this, but I'm gonna get into that later. And of course I already have the 6x6 closure braided as well. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it's already braided, bleached knot and all of that stuff. Like I said, this method is good if you have help. It's easier. So yes, so first I'm gonna show you the first method that you can use. You can use any braiding hair that you like. It could be expression or whatever you want. It's fine. And of course you're gonna need a micro latch hook or crochet hook for you to get this done. So like I said, the this method is perfect if you don't have help. Like there's nobody you can go tell, hey, can you help me? If this is just you making the braided wig, then this method is perfect for you. Okay, please do not use the second method that I'm going to be using. If you use the second method and you don't have help, you're going to regret it, because that is just a whole bunch of should I say double work. You're gonna regret it. So if you don't have help, if you're the only one making the wig from A to Z, then this method is perfect for you. And I am going to emphasize on the fact that you need a trailer load, lots of trailer loads of patience if you want to go for this size. It's gonna take you a whole year. Listen, I'm not even gonna put a time frame to it, but listen, it's gonna take you so much time, and at the end of the day you may not even have the patience and you may just abandon the entire project midway. So be warned, if you want to do this, you have to be very patient. This is actually a whole lot of work. As a braided wig seller, if you are making the size, it's honestly not profitable, because it's really not worth it. Because when the time you spend making this size, you can actually make 3 or 4 of the regular size, like the normal box braid size. So, and of course you cannot charge 4 times or 3 times the amount you charge for the regular size on this one. Is just gonna be really expensive. People are not, they're just gonna complain. Even as it is right now, some people still don't understand, they still complain about the price. So it's really not worth it. If you're into braided wig business, I'm sure you understand that the size is it's really not profitable, and I may have to scrap this size permanently, because like I said, it's kind of like a bad investment, if I should call it. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base on that. So please, if you want to make this size, be very ready for it. So that's what I'm just doing. As you just saw, that's the method that I use. It's very easy. You can watch it, and if you want to play back, you can play back and see how it's done. It's super easy. So this method is, if you are just doing it yourself, it's going to be faster for you. Now the second method, where I already have the braids ready. this is if you have help. Okay, let's say for instance you have a couple of friends, you have a sister, you have cousins, you have aunties, mother, whatever, and you know they can help you. Even if you guys don't live together, you can easily just, you know, have them braid maybe like one pack or something, you know, on a rope, and then they just bring it to you. So that way, let's say for instance you have like 3 people, and 3 of those people can actually make 1 pack of braiding hair each for you on a rope. That's something, like that's something. So all you have to do is just gonna take it and then just sew it onto the dome cap this way. So it's really gonna be easier for you. You're gonna save time, you know, instead of taking the entire wig and going to them and say, hey, do this, do that. No, it's easier that way. So that's why I said this method is great if you have help. Just have your friends and family or whoever it is braid it for you, and then you just sew it on yourself. The sewing on is gonna take a while as well, but it's definitely time consuming. It's gonna be easier, just a couple of hours to sew it into the cap itself, compared to if you didn't have help. Please don't do it. You're gonna regret it, because it's just gonna be extra time. If you don't have help at all, just do the first method. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You just take the little bit of your thread and needle, and you just get your strands and you start to sew it one at a time. When you're doing the back, usually I don't space it out so much when I start at the bottom, and then when I go up I space it out a little bit, and then I wait until I complete the entire wig, and then I go back in to fill it up. So this is pretty much what you're just gonna keep doing. Just sew it on little by little. You can sew it on however way you want. You don't have to use this method. This is just the way I do it. Yeah, this video is not monkey see monkey do, or do as I do, or whatever. It's just these videos are usually a guide to you, just to inspire you or motivate you or give you an idea. You don't have to do everything just exactly the same way I'm doing it. Okay, and I did stop making braided wig tutorial because a lot of people are so freaking annoying, and it's really upsetting, and it really gets on my nerves. And yeah, so but anyways, when you finish doing that, I'm using the lighter to secure the thread so it doesn't rip. You have to do this lightly and gently so you don't burn your cap. So just in case you're wondering why I'm using the lighter, that's what I'm doing. It's just kind of like to secure it, so when you burn the thread, it's just gonna stay in place. It's not gonna come off. But anyways, I was going in to say why I stopped making tutorials. Like I said, a lot of ungrateful people out there, they act like they pay you to do the job, and they come up with, oh, you get paid after all just by watching it. If only you guys know how much, you know, some of us that are not big YouTubers get with the videos we make, then you're gonna understand that it's absolutely nothing. Like, it is really not worth it. Okay, so when someone comes out here to make a tutorial, the least you can do is kind of like appreciate the effort, because it takes forever. You know, when you make videos, it slows you down, and a lot just going to it. But anyways, so yes, this is me just going in to sew in the rest of the braids. As you can see, it's really spacious right now. I left some space. That's because I'm not done. Like I said, I usually like to just do it this way, and then when I'm done with the entire wig, I come back and I fill it in. So this is a space right now. So like I said, that particular line just give me an idea of where to stop. I did measure wrongly, like, you know, there was an error in it, so you're still gonna see the line even after I have sewed in the closure. So basically, this is the closure right now. As you can see, it is very pretty. It's tiny, like I said. What I'm just gonna do right now is I am gonna go in to sew the closure onto the cap, and that way I could continue. So I'm gonna say at this point you're like let me say 70% done. with the entire wig. You guys are gonna see why I say that, because there's still a lot to be done. But yeah, when you get to that part, the next thing you want to do is just sew it on. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go in and sew it on now, and yeah. So once you are done sewing it, this is what it's gonna look like. As you can see, like I said, I measured the closure really badly, and you can still see the line. So I still have a lot to go in and fill in. That's why I said it was like 70% ready. So I still have a lot to do. So yes, I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna keep filling in the rest of the cap so everything can be covered. But first of all, I just want to show you real quick how to braid the top portion of the wig, which is the closure area or the frontal area, whichever you want to use. You can use a full lace where you just have hair at the end, you know, throughout the cap. You could choose to use that. That's a full lace, but you can also choose to use frontal or whatever you want to use. But this is a 6x6 closure, and it's for a client. Obviously, at the time of this video, it's already been sold. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get an edge control, any edge control of your choice, or whatever, you know, just something to help you with your grip, because naturally this the closure, the texture is very soft, so it's kind of like slippery. It can be very hard for you to grab sometimes. So when you use the edge control, it helps you. So what you're going to do first is you are just going to grab your braiding hair again, and while you have applied your edge control or whatever it is you want to use, braiding, you know, whatever, anything you want to use, you just go in and you're gonna part your braiding hair into 3 equal parts. Make sure they're 3 equal parts. It's just easier for you that way. And then once you cross and you have 3 equal parts, the next thing you're gonna do is you are going to also part the closure, like the part of the closure you want to braid, you also have to part it into 3 equal parts. Okay, this way it's going to be easy for you. You're going to have good grip and everything. Again, like I said, this is how I make mine. You don't have to go exactly the way I'm making mine. Either any way you can do it that it's perfect for you, that's okay. But this is just me. This is just how I do mine. You don't have to do it the same way. It's just like I said, it's just, you know, something to inspire you or whatnot. So you're just gonna try to fix in the braiding hair into the closure that you have, that you're gonna braid the same way. So that's why I say put it into 3 equal parts. So when you put it into 3 equal parts, as you can see, you just start to braid, and make sure you use your hand, one of your hand, to pinch down on the braid, so that way it's not gonna be loose, like it's not gonna slip or anything. You pinch it down, and I don't know if you saw what I'm doing. You can rewind it and see what I'm doing, but yeah, this way you're gonna have a really strong grip on your braids. And then you just go in and you braid it, and that's it. It's super easy, you know, it's not rocket science. Like I said, all you need is just straight up loads of patience when you're doing this. So pretty much that is all you have to do. And then when you're done, you just go in and you trim through your braids. You don't have to do this one at a time. You can finish braiding the entire closure or frontal or whatever you want to use, and then you can go in and trim. It's also going to make it faster for you. So pretty much that is it. So once you are done with the closure part or whatever, I'm going to show you now how to cut through the extra cap underneath. A lot of people have issues with it. Well, I won't say a lot of people, but some people they're always scared, and they're wondering, you know, how they can easily cut through. So first, what I do is I just put my hands into the cap, you know, that extra place. What my hands are doing is just helping me to guide through the lace. That way my hands are telling me, hey, this is where you should cut, this is where you should cut. So it's like protecting the lace underneath, because you don't want to cut through and cut into your lace. Trust me, it does happen. And if that happens, it's not going to be funny at all. So you want to be really careful. So this is exactly how I cut through the extra cap underneath it. So once you are done cutting through, you're just going to have the wig. This is what the wig looks like. As you can see, you know, it's that's it. That's what your wig looks like. Okay, so once I'm done with that, now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to fill in the braids. Okay, the wig, just to make sure everything is full. This is going to take another process. Like I said, it's really time consuming, so you want to be really patient when you're doing this. So just continue the process, keep tying or sewing through or whatever it is you're doing, and then you just use your lighter to secure the braids in place so it doesn't fall off. And once you're done doing that, once the entire wig, you know, hasn't complete, the next thing you're gonna do, like I said, you trim through your wig and then you dip in hot water, or you can dip in hot water first and then you trim, you know, whichever way you want. But when you're putting it in hot water, you want to be sure it's not so hot, because if it's so hot, it's gonna shrink. That's because it's micro. It doesn't matter the braiding hair you're using. When you're working with micro, you have to be very careful when it comes to dipping in hot water. You don't want to use extremely hot water, otherwise it's going to ruin your work. So this is the wig. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it's complete. It's really pretty. It's really tiny. This takes a whole lot of time to make. Like I said, if you don't have patience, you're gonna abandon this midway. So do not attempt this if you do not have lots of patience. Okay, so yeah, so pretty much this is it. And as you can see, this is the back. So like I said, I went back in to fill in the back of the wig, and as you can see, everything is filled very well, and the wig is not heavy at all. It is a micro wig, so it's micro wigs are usually the lightest compared to the other normal size braids. So yeah, it's not heavy. You know, the technique, there's a way you can fill it in and it's gonna look really full, but you're not gonna be using so much hair. So this way, when you put it on, it's not gonna be too like exposed at the back or something like that. So this is how I filled it in. So yeah, so this is the entire wig. So thank you all so much for watching. I'd say until my next video, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. Okay, so until my next video, bye.